Welcome to Mommy Making Millions, the podcast. I'm your hostess, Marquita Deshay, mompreneur mentor, author, and visionary strategist. I help mompreneurs develop balance between their businesses and their babies while attaining generational wealth, simply taking their ideas and helping them to turn it into profitable income. Join me bi-weekly as I put the spotlight on other successful millionaire mompreneurs for them to also share their best business practices and truly unveil what it looks like from the glamorous life to the deep, dark, nitty-gritty life of a mompreneur. What's up, mommy millionaires? Guess what? She's back with another episode of Mommy Making Millions, the podcast. Y'all listen, let me fix my mic real quick because this is about to get real, okay? And I want to be sure that I am keeping it a buck with y'all. If I can say a buck, can I say buck, y'all? Let me know if I can say buck. All right, I'm going to say buck. I'm excited. Okay, it is probably 11 p.m. my time. The house is quiet. Whew. Can a girl get an amen? The house is quiet. I ain't sleep. That's another thing. And it's been a heck of a day. Things did not go as planned today. And y'all know on the road to Mommy Making Millions, things never seem to go as planned. So this is not really a surprise. But here we are, episode 10 of Mommy Making Millions, the podcast. Ladies, welcome to this episode. If this is your first time listening to this episode, then welcome. Go back and listen to all of the previous 9 episodes that I've dropped. And all of my dedication and hard work, I'm getting ready to go to YouTube, y'all. So be sure to make sure that you guys are following me on YouTube at Marquita Deshay. And we're getting ready to live stream this thing, y'all. I feel like at this point in my life, I have the confidence and the confidence to just keep this thing on rolling. Some things that we're going to be doing different in season 2 of the podcast is I want to have a couple more guest experts come on, and the guest mommy millionaires, a couple more guests come on with me. It's been a struggle to try to keep moms coming in with their busy schedules, and I will do a better job at that. But for now, I like to keep talking about my nitty gritty secrets, y'all. So the house is quiet, and right now I am excited because I'm getting ready to do the Pivot and Profit 5-day challenge. This is a free 5-day challenge for moms who are seeking to position themselves as experts in the areas of coaching, consultants, if you're a strategist, or if you have some type of service-based business. I'm going to help you package and position all of your valuable information into your very own 4-figure signature program. I don't know if y'all are excited about this like I am, or even understand what this even means. What this means is for so long, I didn't know that I had a gift, right? Working in corporate with all of my transferable skills. And y'all always hear me talking about when my job fired me, right? Y'all always hear me talk about when I had my boutique and I was a product-based business. But then when I got fired from my job in the middle of the pandemic, with my 3 kids, I had to figure out how them bills were still gonna get paid. Yes, y'all know my husband was in the background somewhere working, but you know, I'm type A, money making millions, and I ain't for sitting on my butt letting no man bring in all of the income. I don't even care if he is paying all the bills. It is just something about having your own bag. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen from the choir? I'm just trying to understand. No, but real talk, I had a dream and I didn't understand how to tap into that dream. And because I didn't understand how to tap into that dream, I was out here just buck wild on the scene. And what I mean when I say I was buck wild was I was launching programs, y'all. I was getting pretty websites, y'all. I was getting some business here, some business there. I was just out here ruthless. I was probably looking like a fool to a lot of people that already had their together. All right. But this is the thing. In the process of becoming, I've learned a lot of lessons. And in the process of those lessons, I've learned that once I figured out the sauce, right? Figured out my own shortcomings and figured out all of the mistakes that I've made. And I'm telling y'all, I've made enough mistakes for us all, child. I said that once I got the platform, I was going to run the bag back. So I'm doing a free 5-day challenge and I'm going to help you to create your very own framework. So don't be afraid if you are seeking to be a coach, consultant, you're a strategist, you have some type of expert knowledge that's valuable, whether it's from your own current business or if it's from a corporate job. And the reason this means so much to me is because oftentimes I was told everybody's a coach. Everybody's a consultant. Everybody wants to start a business. And don't let people sit here and psych you out just because they feel like that, because it's enough money out here for us all. I say it all the time. If you have a gift and you've been helping people through it, or you know you have something that you're called to do and you're just not sure, as a strategist, it is my job to help you get that clarity, understand the vision, and understand how to help you to create the strategy in order to get you to the framework that's going to help support your success. So I want to see y'all inside this challenge, y'all. It is a 5-day free challenge, and I'm going to be challenging y'all to go to the show notes to make sure that you click on the link or go to my Instagram page and click on the link, the Pivot and Profit free 5-day challenge. Right now, we're doing the challenge from the live challenge, I would say. So if you catch the replay and it's past this date, you can still probably catch the challenge, but I know it's not going to be live. So you'll be catching the replay. So the challenge live is going to be August 29th through September 2nd, 2022. All right. Let me see y'all in that challenge. I need y'all to show up and show out for yourselves. All right. So let's get into it. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm up this late. So today was a hectic day. All right. My son started 4th grade, my middle schooler, 15-year-old. He is sick with some kind of something. It's not COVID. I'm not quite sure if it's the flu. I don't know, child. He's in the room sick. Okay. My toddler, who is 17 months, by the way, and who happens to be a young gold medalist in training, a future track star, went to the doctor today to get his COVID vaccine. Because, when the kids go back to school, I'm excited for them going back to school, but I'm really not, because then here come the germs. So I was a mom split into 3 ways today. And really, it's no fun ever being a mom split in any direction, let alone 3. When your husband's on the road, shout out to all my moms who have husbands and wives who have husbands that are truck drivers. I feel your pain. If you are pivoting and balancing your business as a wife and your husband isn't a truck driver, imagine what it's like, and then having a spouse that's, truck drivers. They just have a life of their own. So today was very hard. I got up thinking, okay, it's Mindset Monday. We're going to talk about Mommy Mondays, and we're going to get into this message today. I had about 4 clients, and probably at about 5:30 a.m. No, let me back up. 4:10 a.m. My Tyler wakes up. Who knows what's wrong with him? He's just up. My school agent, who's starting 4th grade, he's up. All I'm thinking is it's almost 5 o'clock, and that's the time that I get up for work. So not only are they taking about 40 minutes of my sleep time, we got the TV on, child, and my day is jumping at 4:10 a.m. At about 10 a.m. today, y'all, I was wore out, beat down, tired. And I don't think I actually got the opportunity to just really sit down and have a moment of leisure where I was just honestly figuring out what the heck I was supposed to even be doing for the day. But this is the thing. I sat in the bed and I thought about all of the things that I could put off until tomorrow, because I knew I was tired and I wanted to come on here and talk about being able to rest and allowing yourself rest. And as I was sitting there, I got to listening to something that was inspiring. I can't recall really what it was, but it got me to thinking, and I thought it was much later than what it was. Your success is really dependent on you. Nobody's going to make it happen for you. And although you're tired, although you want to quit, although you want to give in, there is a certain balance that needs to take precedence in order for you to be successful. At no time, I know that I can get up and do all of these things that I'm getting ready to prepare for. But the truth is, my drive, my hard work, my determination, the way my future is set up, I don't have time to sit here and say I'm tired. And I was thinking all day today as a mom, as a wife, as a CEO, sometimes we just don't get a break. It is like a never ending story. So, how do we continue to manage, to shift, to balance it all so that we are not worn out in the process? Our drive, our determination, our future success has to mean so much more than our excuses, right? And for me, the way that I balance that is looking at how I can forecast my schedule. Even if I'm able to get a few things done, even if I'm able to get a few things done, that's a win for me, right? And so the success you want to see, you have to build it. I was listening to TD Jakes yesterday, and he was talking about God can't bless what you don't have the ability or the strength to build. And there's a difference from being tired and mentally drained and needing to rest, and just simply you just had a long day and you need to rest. That you just had a long day, it's been a long day, and I'm tired physically, or even I'm tired because I had a lot of stuff that I had to do today, and I had a lot of things mentally that were draining, is a difference. Okay. You have to know that in your process, there are going to be days where you're going to feel so drained. It's time to rest physically, mentally, everything. You ever just had a moment where you just needed a mental break? Like, I don't want to turn nothing on. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to watch anything. I just want to sit in silence in my car and allow myself to think about nothing. Have you ever had like that feeling? That's when you're mentally drained. That's when you're overwhelmed. That's when you need to truly take a rest, right? But when you know that you know that you know, you're tired, it's been a long day, you really did do a lot. Nobody's taking that from you. But you know that you have some obligations, and you know that you are in the process of building something greater, and you still are able to get up, get your butt in that hot seat and do what's necessary for you to build your next, then that's what I'm encouraging you to do today. So here's a tip. I'm going to give you 3 tips on still accomplishing your to-do list, even when you're feeling tired, right? The first thing is, I want you to focus on what's still possible for you to do for today, whatever day that you're up against. Every day you won't be able to accomplish everything, but every day you should be able to accomplish what's on your to-do list to where it pushes you forward for the next day. And I want you to think about some things that you can do that's going to allow you to feel like, although I didn't have the day that I wanted to have, I still was able to accomplish X, Y, and Z. Here's an example. Although today wasn't the mommy mindset Monday that I hoped for, I wasn't able to do all of the things on my to-do list, but I was still able to record my podcast. I was still able to get my outline and my contracts over to my clients. I was still able to set up my email sequence for the week. And also, I was able to look over my go live outlines for the remainder of the month. Literally, y'all, these things took me under an hour to do. That's the second thing. Okay. I want you to think about how much time dedicated to each task on your to-do list. Okay. The first thing is you want to make sure that you focus on what there's still time for you to do, what's still left and possible for you to achieve. And then also, I want you to put yourself on a timed interval and hold yourself accountable to maximizing and leveraging the time that you do have. Okay. This is why I talk about only working so many hours throughout the work week, but also knowing and understanding the importance of leveraging those time interviews to turn off everything, to still keep going and still focus on what it is that you're trying to do, a specific task in a short amount of time. And you're going to notice that you're going to be able to get so much done once you commit to completing a task, a specific task, and hone in on that one and only thing during that interval. Okay. You have to know that you're not going to have, first of all, we're moms. I could have easily went to sleep, but let's be clear. This means I'm only pushing stuff back for the AM. And in the AM, the house is so noisy in the morning nowadays, whereas, yes, I can get up at 5 a.m., but I'm also dealing with the prediction that my children are going to rest. And in the event that they don't abide by the rules that I'm thinking or my prediction, then this pushes me back quite a bit. So you have to learn to set yourself up for success and not set yourself up for failure, right? You know what your household is capable of at this point, okay? You know that in the mornings, it is just not going to work. Don't even trick yourself, psych yourself up to believe that you got to get all of these things done in the morning, Monday through Friday. You done piled your to-do list with 90,000 different things. And you think, because in your mind, you're used to doing things a certain way, that it's going to work. Not when you got kids, girl. The kids just take precedence over everything. And I'm going to be honest, I'm quite glad that I'm an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur mom at this point, because I remember, y'all, when I worked in corporate and I was begging my boss to pretty much allow me to take off because one of my kids, I think my son had an accident or something, who knows, diarrhea or something. And they were telling me if I left that I was going to be written up. Bye. You think I care about your write up and my child is in need, like a real need? Girl, if you don't take this right up, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there with y'all. This is why I don't work in corporate to this day. But let me just be real. It feels so good to be able to have the flexibility as a mom to be able to say, I'm gonna put my business on pause today so that I can continue to be a mom first. But that doesn't mean that the hard work of being an entrepreneur mom or a mompreneur doesn't have its tough moments. And this is a tough moment, making a tough call, making a decision to still be held accountable in a time where I could have really just been like, you know what, I'll give it a shot tomorrow. And I've done that before. Don't get me wrong. No, don't be too hard on yourself if you've done this. But when you know that you know that you know that you know that you need to be hitting a certain goal, success waits for no one. You have to build the life that you want. And you can't build that life if you're sleeping. You have to be willing to do things that you don't want to do in a season of shifting, in a season of transition, in a season of just truly being uncomfortable. You have to see where the things that you're used to doing don't work for you anymore. And because of that, you're ready to go to circumstances that you really wouldn't normally go. So what does your success really mean to you? All right. So the first thing on your to-do list, we're talking about 3 ways to still get your to-do list done when you just really want to rest, right? Look to see what's still possible for you to do. Look to see what is still possible for you to do. That was number 1. Okay. When we focus on holistically what it is that we still have left to do and what's still possible, you're going to find so much value in the things that you've gotten done for the day that it's almost going to just be like, I think I did a tweet that said, "You done all that you can today, sis. Now it's time to rest. Pat yourself on the back." It's almost like that workout that you do when you don't feel like doing it, and then at the end of the workout, you feel so much better because you've actually went through with it. That's what I'm talking about in this moment. The number 2, we talked about giving yourself timed intervals, giving yourself a set number of time or a set amount of hours to actually complete a specific task or task, and be realistic in that process. Okay, be realistic in that process. And then number 3, when you're focusing on still getting things checked off of your to-do list, when you're really tired or you're feeling like you just really want to rest, is I want you to think about all of the consequences that you are putting yourself in by not completing the task. I want you to focus on your promise to yourself. Your promise to yourself is a personal promise that you have said, you've declared that you will not do whatever in order for you to be successful. And if you have not declared a promise to yourself, then let's declare this promise and this declaration to yourself today, because you are successful already. But it's going to take some things like discipline. This is what we're talking about, consistency. And these are the things that's going to continue to allow you to be successful. But if you don't declare these things and put these certain values in place, you know, I like talking about strategy. So this is a part of your belief system. And as you know, when we focus on your values are really like your shining star, your North Star, right? They guide you. And they're there to help you through times of you feeling like you just don't want to continue. Or they help you through a tough decision-making process time. And so if you don't have a declaration statement to your success, to yourself about your success, then you should write one and sign it. It is up to me to be successful. It is up to me to be the difference in my business. It is up to me to be a difference in my family. It is up to me to be the generational curse breaker within my family. I will be the first millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire in my family. I will be successful. And when you think about your declarations that you're having with yourself and the promise that you gave to yourself, it's going to be in those very moments where even though you're tired, mentally being tired, mentally feeling overwhelmed, and also knowing when to relax, you're going to be able to determine if you're just worn out mentally or if you need to push through. Is this a moment where I need a mommy moment, or do I really need to push through? Right? Are you having a push through moment or are you having a mommy moment? Ask yourself that. And the way you're going to be able to answer that question is you're going to be able to reflect on your declaration to yourself. What does your promise mean to you? Because you got to want this just a little bit more than the average person. I was reading something the other day. Y'all know I like researching now. And I've been researching a lot of millionaires and multi-billionaires. I'm talking about the 1% of people that are actually hit these marks, right? What are they doing differently? Why are they more successful? Like, what do they have in common? What are the commonalities that they have? I need to know, right? I need to know because there's some type of rhythm to their success that they tapped into. And one of the things that I've noticed is that you have to be willing to put in the risk and pave the way for your own success. The blueprint that you're building, nobody cut the grass for you to just walk through. Nobody laid the cement for you to just skip on through. I remember I used to walk to school in snow. Shout out to the people up north, okay? You ever had to walk through a bunch of snow? There's some people down south are like, girl, we only even get snow. Mm-mm. But I remember being a young girl and having to walk through snow. And when the snow is real deep, like blizzards, they don't even care. You still got to go to school. Well, back then we was walking to school in blizzards. They ain't even shut the school down for us. Hello, y'all remember them times? You had these deep snow banks that you had to walk through. And sometimes if the snow was so deep, you had to walk on the street a little bit, right? And as you continue to walk the path, you'll notice the footprints there before you. So it made it easier, especially as we got closer to the same path that everybody was going, which was the school. But when we were far out, right, coming from multiple directions, I didn't see a lot of those footprints going to the directions of success, going to the direction of my middle school, right? Let me paint the picture for y'all. But as I got closer, I started seeing more footprints and the path started getting easier because it was already a way that was paid for me. And once you got even closer to the building, it was already shoveled for you. And that let you know you had made it. Right now, we're still digging and leaving the imprint for the people that's to come behind us. But we haven't arrived to where we're going yet. So if you stop in the process of the presence of becoming, you're stopping your traction. You're stopping your footprints. You're stopping your tire marks. You're stopping the way for the next to come behind you. And this is why you have to think about that declaration to yourself. Okay? I want y'all to really take in and pick up what I'm putting down because I love getting on my podcast, just really talking to y'all because I just find this is an intimate moment mentally, between us, that you can hear me through the speaker. You guys are listening, especially if you've made it thus far. I always tell y'all to tag me because I need to know that you guys are really, truly, honestly understanding it. And so the next time you're thinking about resting, the next time you're feeling like, I'll just put it off to tomorrow, because that's a form of procrastination. And we don't want no parts of procrastination, because success and procrastination don't even live in the same house. Okay? When you know that you know that you know that you know that you are becoming who God has called you to be, just like that TD Jakes sermon I listened to yesterday. You think Noah had time to take breaks and rest? Noah had a deadline. You think Noah wasn't tired? You think Noah didn't want to give up? You think Noah had a blueprint for his success? You think that if Noah didn't do what he didn't do, that humanity wouldn't have been saved? His family? So my question to you is, are you the Noah of your family? Do you know that you are building the ark for your family? Do you know you are the one that doesn't have a blueprint, because you're the one that's creating the blueprint? Do you know that this journey and this road that's less taken seems like you're alone? But as you get closer and closer and closer, you're going to find that although it's not many people, there are going to be some people that's going to join you along the way. And you'll also come to know that their stories are a lot similar, like mine, like yours, and for the next that will continue to come. Because to whom much is given, much is required. And so when you think about your declaration, when you think about being rest and tired, I want you to think about Noah. I want you to think about the people that are coming up behind you. And I want you to think about what is still possible for you to still do. So your 3 things when you're trying to continue to get your checklist, your to-do list checked off, and you're tired. I want you to focus on this podcast, and I want you to focus on your journey of who you are becoming. Because right now, you have to do things differently. And it is really because of what you're going to do today that's going to truly allow you to leave your footprint for the next person tomorrow. All right, Mommy Millionaires, that concludes our episode for today. Girl, I was about to be in tears. I think at one point I was in tears, but I only went in tears. Listen, if this podcast was helpful and good for you, let me know if it touched your soul, if it touched you deep down, if it helped you from climbing off that ledge. Share us on social media, comment, leave us a review. I would appreciate it if you would definitely leave us a review, and truly just share and spread the word about the Mommy Making Millions community. If you're joining us over in the free Facebook group, let us know that you've listened to the podcast and this touched your soul, child. Also, don't forget, you can support our community by going to mommymakingmillions.com, purchasing your mom merch, right? And then screenshotting and taking a picture and then tagging us at Mommy Making Millions, so that we can also share your photo and just give you a shout out, you and your business, and just thank you for supporting the Mommy Making Millions community. Until next time, one mommy moment at a time.